From Deloitte Tax and Legal Japan. Welcome to the Japan Perspective. This is a podcast where we speak to specialists from across Deloitte to discuss the latest business issues impacting foreign multinational companies in Japan. I'm today's host, Sho Nishi. Today's guest is Masaaki Miura. He's the leader of the GI3 group in Japan, which stands for Global Investment and Innovation Incentives. He has experience in supporting both Japanese and foreign companies with preferential tax regimes and subsidies and providing expedites to government agencies. Thank you for joining the podcast.
Thank you.
Today, let me start out by asking you to provide an overview of the grants and incentives landscape in Japan.
Sure, Uni-san. Japan sees foreign direct investment as critical for economic growth, especially with the declining populations. In fact, the government announced a goal of 100 trillion yen of foreign direct investment by 2030, more than double the 40 trillion yen of FDI, foreign direct investment, at the end of 2020. This is an ambitious goal, and the government is using various measures to achieve this goal, including offering incentives and subsidies to foreign companies at the both national and local level. Recently, the government has designated special areas it wants to strategically support and has created tax incentives and subsidies as a means to attract related investments. Generally, the government seems to be keen on promoting investments related to carbon neutrality, large-scale investments in certain regional areas by small and medium-sized enterprises, and investments related to innovation. For example, there are tax incentives and subsidies for investments that contribute to the decarbonization of manufacturing processes. Furthermore, Japan will introduce an innovation box tax system from April 2025, which will strongly support innovation through tax incentives. There are just a few examples, but there are many other types of investments that the government is strategically looking to support. The government has been offering some of these tax incentives and subsidies to encourage investment for a number of years. However, while we see Japanese companies taking advantage of some of these incentives, the utilization rate among foreign companies has not been very high.
Understood. Now, why do you think foreign companies have not been fully utilizing these incentives?
Yeah, it is a good question. And I think there are two main reasons. One is the fragmented nature of the information about these incentives, which is often scattered across multiple government and associations websites. And two, the lack of English language resources. Many companies find it difficult to navigate the various websites and understand what the incentive offers, whether they can satisfy any of the conditions, and grasp the various procedures necessary to apply. To help foreign companies to address these challenges, we created a free-to-use web tool, which we call Japan Incentive Insights, or JII for short. This website tool aggregates information on over 2,000 major incentives in English, making it easier for foreign companies to find and apply for incentives that best suits their needs. It allows users to perform simple searches using free keywords and refine their searches based on conditions such as region, industry, and number of employees. Additionally, users can access noteworthy blog articles and consult with experts directly through this website.
Sounds a very useful tool. Now, regarding the Japan Incentive Insight or JII tool, can you give us an example of how some foreign companies are utilizing the tool?
Certainly. Many foreign companies, especially those with non-Japanese speaking staff, are utilizing JII. One, gather and share basic information on incentives internally. And two, talk to specialists to get a more detailed understanding. And three, get support on application process. Even companies with Japanese speaking staff find this tool very useful as they can search for incentives in Japanese, but share the same information with their foreign counterparts in English. The tool supports both Japanese and English, making it easier for companies to communicate and consult with Deloitte's experts and make more informed investment decisions.
Fantastic. Finally, how can companies start using JII tool?
Yes, companies can start by visiting the JI website at Japan Incentive Insights, Deloitte.jp. This is a free to use tool where companies can search for incentives, read informative blogs, and consult with the experts. The website is designed to be user-friendly, making it easy for companies to get started. I highly recommend exploring what JII has to offer. And of course, if there are any questions, there is a contact us button within the tool.
Thanks again, Miura-san, and thank you very much to our listeners for tuning into this episode. If you would like to learn more about JII, please visit the Japan Incentive Insights website. A link will be posted in the description to this episode. Last but not least, you can find other episodes of the Japan Perspective on LinkedIn, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Facebook, and X. Have a great day, and we hope you'll listen into our next episode.